Hello everyone, thanks so much for your patience as I put together this YSL Holiday 2012 tutorial. I really love this look, and it's more of a classic smoky eye with nude lip pairing, but there is color involved. So yes, I know a lot of you guys want to see more color integrated into my channel. And a general rule of thumb is that most designer brands don't do much color, but that's why YSL comes into play, because they create very bright, vivid, pigmented products that I know a lot of you will love. So this holiday, I highly recommend their Boreal palette. It comes in this really bright gold reflective packaging, and it's the Arctic Night 4 wet and dry eyeshadows. And that's why I love this palette so much, because you can use the colors wet or dry. When you use them dry, they're more glittery, more sparkly, and the base is more sheer. But today I used all of them wet, and you'll be able to see exactly how pigmented these are. But even though they're used wet, they're very easy to use and apply. So don't be scared if you haven't used wet eyeshadows before. My favorite color in the palette is actually this royal blue here. It's actually hard to find a royal blue that doesn't turn purple on my yellow tone skin, but this one stays true to color. I also like the turquoise. That wasn't particularly a surprise. Turquoise in general is one of my favorite brighter shades, but something unexpected like this royal blue here made this palette completely worth the splurge. And this burgundy was very scary at first, but it actually turns more purple on your eyes, and today I actually did mix it with another YSL purple, so you'll be able to see that in action. Plus, I love that this sky blue here is not a true silver, it is a sky blue, and when it's used wet, you'll be able to see exactly how much it can light up and brighten up your eyes. So I love this palette. I think it was completely well executed, and it comes with this gorgeous sequin pouch, which is great for traveling, or if you want to take the palette along for touch-ups. Look at how gorgeous the sparkle is, and it's really well constructed too. None of the sequins have fallen off, and I have traveled with this, and that's the product that I most highly recommend. So now for my nails. The model in the ad campaign was wearing a purple nail polish. These nails are only Tom Ford's Dominatrix, but here I have paired the Tom Ford Dominatrix with YSL's first glitter top coat, which I am in love with. It doesn't look like much when you see it in the bottle because all the shimmer is at the bottom, but when you shake it up, it's like a snow globe effect, and all the shimmer starts to sink and meld into the product. So as you can see, there is a blue purple shimmer, which is why it pairs so well with purple nail polish. I think it's whimsical and fun, and it sort of reminds me of a glacier, but it definitely does remind me of the Aurora Borealis night sky. Now for two more eye products from this collection. This is the eyeliner Ifeifo C in gold, and this is a limited edition color. I actually wear the black and the navy blue quite often. It is a great formula for those of you with oily lids. I really feel that these are creamy but long lasting, and I have put them in my waterline before and they do last pretty well there. I love the gold because it's the creamiest out of the colors that I own, and I think that the gold is more deep. It's not a bright yellow gold, it's more like a burnished gold, which I think is more appropriate in the winter when it's colder and gloomier outside. So I do love this, and if you're looking for a new gold eyeliner, give this a try. Now for the second eyeshadow palette released with this collection. This is the number 12 Pure Chromatics eyeshadow palette, and this is obviously more of a neutral lovers palette, and I love how it's still dark and smoky, but it's not your typical matte black with a silver palette. There is a silver in here for those of you who love your silvers, but I love the slightly deep brown gray with the slightly shimmery charcoal and a very beautiful complex taupe. The taupe is more brown with silver, which is a combination you don't see too often. I see a lot of taupes with purple these days, but I really feel that YSL knocked it out of the park with this one. This is also easy to use, and I'll probably use this in another tutorial sometime, but today I really wanted to focus on the purple and blue that the model in the ad campaign was wearing because I personally love it. And even if you're afraid of color, I do think that this is still relatively easy to wear because the purple is dark enough and the blue is subtle enough on the lid that you can wear it out and you're not so self-conscious of how much color you're wearing. But again, if you do not like color and neutral is your thing, then definitely stick to this number 12 palette because it performs beautifully. Now, my last purchase from the collection was the Blush Radiance in number 7. There was another color launched with this, and it was more of a pink, but I already have a pink blush that is pretty similar, and I use it all the time. It has a matte pink as well as a shimmery pink. Both of the colors in here are shimmery, and as you can see, it has a beautiful gold sheen. It's not as dark as the coral that you see here. I wear them mixed together because the compact is really small. This is my Bobbi Brown blush brush, and as you can see, it covers the entire compact. But that's why this is so great for traveling, and I feel like it adds a natural warmth to my complexion without adding too much color or shimmer. And a lot of times people think that YSL products are too shimmery or there's too much glitter in them, but that's what I love about their products. And this is a very subtle shimmer. As you can see, my whole cheek is not lit up in glitter, right? So this is the pouch that the YSL blush comes with. Very thick, lush velvet. And there's a little pouch on the inside where you can tuck in this miniature blush brush. So if you like subtle blushes, then I highly recommend this Blush Radiance as well. But to conclude the review, my favorite products from this collection are the Boreal palette, which is a complete standout to me. And next would be the Blush Radiance that I just showed. And then next would be the Premier Neige Top Coat in number 33. But of course, for all my neutral lovers, and because I'm a neutral lover too, this one is a must-have for those that want to try a YSL Pure Chromatics palette that isn't too colorful. I know a lot of you guys have looked forward to this collection video, so I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you found the tutorial helpful. So now, without any further ado, let's get started. So I have nothing on my skin, just my brows and my other eyes complete. So we're going to first prime the lid with Painterly Paint Pot. Just run it all along your eye, up to the brow bone. First, I'm going to start with my 5-color harmony for eyes, the number 11, and I'm going to use this dark purple right here with blue shimmer. And now I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape, line it up with my lower lash line, and apply it to my face so that we get a nice smooth line when we peel the tape off. Now taking the 266, I'm going to start gently blending the color into my crease. And you want to do a very good job of blending this beforehand so that it's not too much work for you after. Now I'm going to take a MAC 239, which is dirty because I used it to do the other eye, and I'm going to spray it with MAC's Fix Plus, or you can use water, whatever you prefer. And I'm going to take the palette of the season, and I'm going to first start off with the darker blue, and really press hard so that the shadow turns into a paste. Now I'm going to pat this all over the lid, and you want to be very generous because this is the focal point of the lid. You can dip back into the palette as necessary, but I find that it actually only needs an additional tap back into the palette to really get full color coverage. And as you can see, the color is so blue and so reflective. This is a gorgeous palette to use wet. Now I'm going to flip it to the other side and use the lighter blue right here. And you need less of this product because you're just going to bring out the blue by patting it gently on top of the royal blue that was just applied. This not only lightens up the color just a bit, but it actually brings out the shimmer and the metallicness in the colors. Now, in order to add some dimension to the purple we put in the crease, I'm going to use this burgundy here, and it has blue and purple shimmer in it. Just use any blending brush. Now that we've added some warmth and dimension with the burgundy, I'm going to dip back into the purple one last time. And I'm just going to gently cover the burgundy with it. That way we get all that multi-dimensional shimmer, as well as a slightly more developed, rich purple base. And last but not least, to just smooth the eyeshadow look and make it look a little bit more cohesive, I'm going to take Burberry's Pale Barley, and I'm just going to add it slightly underneath the brow bone. Now we're going to finish off the eye with the inner corner and the lower lash line. I'm going to spray the small applicator that came in the palette, and I'm going to pick up the ice blue at the top corner here next to the burgundy. You could actually use this shade all over the lid if you want as well, if you like the cut crease style look. And then now we're going to remove the tape gently and slowly. And if you don't like how crisp that line is, you could always go ahead and skip the tape. Now, of course, you can use whatever eyeliner you desire, but today I'm going to be using my Shocking Eyeliner pen by YSL. And to complement this very big, bold eye, I'm going to be wearing thick, bold cat eyeliner. And the trick to this liner look is to line the inner corner here. So pull the tear duct forward. Just gently line your eyes. And I'm also going to drag the liner from the outer corner and gradually pull in. And now to finish off all the color on the eyes, I'm going to dip an angled brush into the gold limited edition eyeliner Faux and I'm just going to pat this on the lower lash line, blending it in with the liner as well as the icy blue on the tear duct. And this gold will balance out how cool the rest of this eyeshadow look is. So I just went ahead, curled my lashes, and applied one coat of mascara, but for a look like this that's so heavy, false lashes are not optional. I think they are a must. They just add so much more balance to the eye look, and so now that we have heavy lashes on top, I'm going to use my Shocking mascara by YSL in this limited edition purple color to add just a hint of color to the lower lashes. And now I am happy to announce that the eye look is finally complete. So now we're going to polish up the rest of the face. So I'm just using a cotton pad with Bioderma just to remove any excess sparkles and color. So now I'm going to take my YSL Touche Éclat foundation in B30 or 40, B40, which I like to wear alone. That's the secret to this foundation. If you have normal skin, I don't like to wear a moisturizer separately with this particular foundation. B50 would actually fit me too because these colors are so light, but they do oxidize, and that means that the color darkens after the foundation has settled into the skin. And while I wait for my foundation to set, I'm going to use my YSL Touche Éclat, which is a highlighter, not a concealer. And you can use a brush, but today I'm just going to pat everything in with my fingers since I just used my fingers to apply the foundation. And to set my foundation and the Touche Éclat, I'm going to use my YSL semi-loose powder, which will ensure that my foundation and my highlighter last all day. And today, to warm up my complexion, I'm going to be using Becca's Mineral Bronzer. I really like Becca's powders because I think they do pretty well for my complexion. And this bronzer is not too orange. It does have a little bit of shimmer, and that's the reason I don't wear it as much, because I prefer my bronzer matte. And now to top off the complexion, I'm going to be using my number 7 blush, and this is one of the two, again, from this Holiday Collections launch. I'm just going to top the cheekbones with it since the model in the campaign ad is really only wearing bronzer at the top of her temples, and this will provide a nice sculpting effect for those with wider faces like me. And even though it's shimmery, I still think it can be worn all year round as well as to the office, as long as you use it in small doses, like right on the temple. And last but not least, I'm going to top off with the lips. I skipped the lipsticks this time around, so I'm just going to use the number 1 Rouge Volupté, which will give me a nice nude lip look. And in order to emulate the ad look, where she's wearing a very beige lip, I'm going to top with a beige gloss. This still is not as beige as the ad campaign, but I do feel that it's a nice alternative for those who don't really like beige lips and would rather go something more neutral, something more pink. And this lip gloss is by Chanel. And out of the recent holiday launches, the YSL is probably my favorite just because they had a variety of shades, and I do really like the color on the eyes, but it's still dark enough where it's subtle, and I love it paired with the lips and cheeks, which are slightly more neutral than the regular typical red lip for a holiday. Not to say that I don't enjoy the red lip or the vampy lip, but I am definitely a nude lip kind of girl, so this look was definitely my favorite. So I hope you guys have fun checking out the products, and of course I hope this video helped you with all your shopping needs. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all very soon in my next video. Bye!